All right, what's up guys? We are doing something new here on the Tethrd channel and we are calling it Tethrd Reacts, where we're gonna take random hunting videos, saddle hunting related videos, and we're gonna react to them. Maybe we'll learn something. We're just gonna have some fun. So it's a rainy Saturday. I'm not out hunting today, just hanging out, watching hunting videos. So I saw Ted from THP killed a good buck. So we're gonna watch that video and we're gonna react to it. So let's go, here we go. October 10th, getting a little bit of coffee, getting woke up.
You looking sharp.
Yeah, I'm not sharp yet.
I'm never sharp.
Gotta get my bearings.
Figure out where you're at first.
Get my feet under me.
It's October 10th, and Cole and I are diving in. We're heading into the spot where Jake has been seeing a bunch of bucks on this field. He saw them yesterday morning and then last night. This field's surrounded by public, so.
All right, first thing, they saw these bucks the night before, and then they saw them a morning in there as well. So, you know, a lot of people wouldn't dive right in on these bucks. They would, you know, maybe wait a little bit later, closer to the rut to kind of go after them. But man, you get a buck on any kind of pattern where you see them in an evening and a morning, and you have an idea where they might be bedded at, man, move right in there, kill them, because they're only on a pattern for just a little window. So if you get one on a pattern, move right in on them, be aggressive.
We are gonna dive in there and get set up on this ridge back here where we know these deer like to bed whenever they're feeding out on that field. It's 6 o'clock, we got about an hour to get in there and get set up. It's super calm today, like 2-mile-an-hour wind out of the west, which is basically nothing. See what we can do this morning.
So in a situation like this, I'm going to try to use thermals to my advantage to pull them down into a drainage or a ditch or something like that, just to, you know, kind of make it safe because of that no wind situation. Those really calm mornings, your thermals are just going to dump like water down into the lowest point. So use that to your advantage and keep that in mind.
A couple big oak trees around us. I like that.
Looks like they're running just a hair late. It's already starting to get daylight. When you're setting up 2 people in a tree like that though, it takes more time than you realize. Doing some practice draws here, something I always like to do once I get set up, just to make sure everything's out of my way and nothing's gonna get in the way when a deer comes in. Looks like Ted's running a pretty high tether on his saddle setup there. You know, you get a lot more mobility whenever you run a high tether like that. I'm a little bit more comfortable with a lower tether, but for some people that high tether works, and you can really work around the tree really easy with a long tether setup like that. Some does starting to filter back in. It's my favorite thing about hunting in the morning is just watching the woods wake up. It's the best.
Just had some does come by. They're about 40 or 50 yards up there. Walked along that side hill across this drainage from us. We're seeing a good number of deer. I don't know if that's the first same group of does that went through before or not. We got turkeys gobbling up on top of their heads. I wonder if that's like a hen or something.
It's either a hen or like a poult.
Yeah.
Maybe a poult gobbling.
Yeah.
Turkeys make all kind of weird noises.
Deer and turkeys seem to be feeling pretty frisky this morning, so maybe we'll get a shot at something.
Usually for me, this is when boredom sets in and I'm starting to throw out grunts and call a little bit, just hoping that maybe it'll work.
See if that changes anything for us. I'm sure it will. Yeah. They ought to be running in any moment now.
What should we make for breakfast? What should we make for breakfast today?
Back straps, hopefully.
This is also a tough part of the morning. you know, you've been sitting there for a couple hours and you start thinking about coffee and bacon and eggs and biscuits and gravy. And it's really hard to overcome that sometimes. But as you'll see here, I think it's probably going to pay off for old Ted here. Got a buck coming. It's always that oh crap moment when you first see a buck and he's that close. I mean, he's already 25 yards, it looks like. Coming in from behind, too. Ooh, nice buck. All right, so I would probably be drawing about right here. He's been behind that clump of stuff right there. All right, Ted's drawing now. Buck has no idea.
Right.
Oh, a little far forward, maybe. I'll have to watch it again. I think I buried in that offside shoulder. I bet you it's gonna go down right here. Oh, getting the old wobbly legs.
He just went down.
Down. Nice, that's awesome. It is the best thing ever whenever you make a good shot on a buck and you watch him fall 50 yards away. It just does not get any better than that. Good job, Ted. So if you notice, he shot that buck at probably the 6 o'clock position out of the saddle, which is a very easy shot to make. If I don't get a perfect strong side shot, you know, to the front of me or perfectly off to the side, that shot straight behind, you know, it's super easy to draw, twist your body, and make that shot straight behind you. It's really an easy shot to make out of the saddle.
Excuse me. We just smoked a big buck. It's like 8:40 in the morning.
So I have most of my luck on morning hunts when I do kill a buck around that time frame, that 8:30 to 10:30 time frame. It seems like if you're kind of back in a bedding area, it takes them a little bit to kind of work their way back into that area. And yeah, I strongly urge you that, you know, if you haven't seen anything by 9 o'clock, stick it out for a little bit longer, because, you know, if you're in tight to bedding, it's going to take them a little bit generally to get back in there, especially if there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure and the deer aren't getting back to bed before daylight. It pays to stick it out a little bit longer in the morning, because sometimes they'll be in there, they'll bed, they'll get up, mill around, feed a little bit, and then sometimes you'll get a shot at them.
He's down right there. He's down. You're drilling. Right.
Watch the shot again.
He had no idea we were here. No, not a clue.
Perfect shot. I mean, right through the heart.
25 days together. Oh, yeah. It's been a lot of close calls. It doesn't seem very cool.
Listen to him shaking with that camera.
I think I'm dreaming. I thought he saw you right there. Did he stop? He stopped and you were going like this to turn. But I think he was just stopping, looking down. When I turned around and saw him right there, I was like, oh yeah, we're getting a shot for sure. Unless he sees us or something. But
So it doesn't look like they're very high in the tree, but they've got all that cover around them, all those other trees that are roughly 5 yards away. And that's something I like to do. If the tree that I need to be in doesn't have a whole lot of cover, if I've got trees around me that have good cover, and I'm just looking for a hole to shoot through, I don't need a wide open lane. So I actually prefer that, where the deer, you know, they're passing in and out of, you know, little holes in the tree canopy, and that makes it a lot easier to draw. And all you need is a window about that big to kill them most times. So that's a good tactic to use in the early season. You don't have to set up quite as high, set just a little bit lower, and as long as you have a few little holes here and there to shoot through, that's just about all you need.
I was trying to get him to stop. I was like, and he wouldn't stop, so I just went.
Got to give him the old meh, meh.
So Cole and I set up on this ridge this morning because we've seen bucks bed at the end of this ridge, especially on north winds, which is what we have today. We got like a northwest. So we're on the
All right, here we go.
south side of the...
All right, yeah, so this is a great example right here. You got this field where the bucks are most likely feeding, you know, coming out late at night. They'll be in there early in the morning, working their way back. So a lot of guys would be tempted to set up on this field edge somewhere in the morning, and that's really a risky setup because these deer are already going to be in this field. You're going to come in here, you're going to blow them out, and you're not going to get a shot at them. So the safe play is you know that they're feeding in this field, so they're setting up back here on this point or in this bowl where these bucks are most likely going to bed. So you can, with a north wind, I would probably come in from this bottom. You could come in either way. You come in from the top or the bottom, work your way up this drainage, set up right here. If these bucks come back to bed on this point, you can get a shot at them. If they drop into this bowl to bed in this bowl, you'll get a shot at them. So with a north, northwest, west, southwest, you can make that setup work. That's a really good example.
This little bowl right here, but this is a long ridge that runs way out here. So I'm sure he was just bedded right up there, got up, and was probably shifting beds out towards the end of this ridge, which is pretty crazy because we've been seeing a lot of deer mid-morning.
9 o'clock. It's just like, what time even is it?
I think it was 8:40 last I checked.
It's 8:58 right now.
Yeah.
Probably shot at 8:40.
Yeah, about 8:40, which is what we saw the other day.
That's a good example. Those bucks, you know, taking their time. There's probably some acorns in between that field and that point. They're probably just taking their time, feeding down through there. If there hasn't been a whole lot of pressure, they don't necessarily bed before daylight. So they set up right in this circumstance here and caught those bucks coming back down that ridge.
Hey, when we were in that bedding area, I mean, the deer started moving like crazy at right about 9 o'clock when the wind picked up. There's no wind today, but it's still 8:45.
So I see that a lot too in the rut. You know, you'll set up early in the morning and you won't see anything till 9, 10 o'clock. It's typically when those thermals, when the sun comes out and, you know, really starts heating up the ground, you get those thermals sucking up those ridges. That's when those bucks like to cruise because they can scent check a lot more area that way. So pay attention to that during the rut and other times of the year as well, especially early season like this, is a lot of times those deer, they're not going to move a whole lot until those day winds and those thermals start picking up. And that's when you'll notice that they start to move.
Got up and was moving beds. That's happened twice to us. That's pretty crazy. And we smoked this one. He's down right over there.
Such a great feeling whenever you make a good shot on a buck and you watch him go down and you can actually celebrate in the tree and not be nervous about it.
Can you see him from here yet?
Yeah, I can see his white belly over there.
Hello?
Hey, we just shot a doe. Can you guys think you can come in here with a frame pack or something? For the cart, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Came right out of that bedding area up top and was walking to the edge of this ridge to bed down. She came by at like 20 yards. Alright, see ya.
It's always fun to mess with your buddies. I'd be too excited. I'd already told them.
Those guys, when they killed theirs, they kind of milked it. They didn't tell us anything. They sent us a picture, told us they were going to need the dog tracker and all this stuff. So now that we just shot a big buck, we're going to mess with them a little bit. You want to go look at them? Yeah. Or you want to go there with an arrow knocked? Yeah.
All right, I'm going to be safety Sammy here. He's climbing down without his lineman's rope. I would not recommend that. So be safe out there, guys. It doesn't look like they're very high. But if you're transitioning off of your platform onto your sticks, definitely use your lineman's belt.
Pointer and 8-pointer. I'm not sure.
But they may be like 2 sticks high.
We're going to find out though, Cole.
Big old body buck. That's a nice deer.
Oh, he's bigger than I thought.
Great shot.
Way bigger than I thought he was.
All right, look at that shot. Perfect shot. So you got the perfect vital V, this little V right here. A lot of people think that this is through the shoulder. So this right here, back to here, that's all muscle in there. You can shoot right through that. Your shoulder bone comes up, or your leg bone runs up like this at an angle. And then, you know, you got your shoulder joint right here, and then you got the scapula that runs up this way. So you tuck that in tight into that little V right there. There's a little soft spot right there. You can blow right through that, and you're going to get right through the top of the heart, both lungs, and they are not going to make it 40 yards. So perfect shot, Ted.
Yeah. Turned around and left, and I was like,
I like can't even like recall what happened. I was just like black. I was just so worried about hitting record.
Cole has double punched on a few interviews here the last couple of days. So
We got it on
Dreaded
camera.
double punch.
Put your hands on that thing, boy.
Man, you couldn't ask for a prettier 8-point. That is a
Look how
nice bow.
cool his antlers are like that.
Nice brows, long tines,
piebald looking.
super nice bow.
Right there, boy.
I appreciate you coming along with me every day. It's been a lot of fun.
He's got the piebald rack on him.
I tried to stop. I tried to go.
That doesn't work.
He didn't stop, so then I went. "Mer," and he
Meh. Good job, Ted. That is a perfect example of an early season morning hunt. A lot of guys don't like to hunt mornings, you know, in that mid-October time frame, but if you've got a setup like this where they've got a field, they've got a ridge where these bucks are working back into, it's a really, really great setup. So I would encourage you guys to look for setups like this. You know, maybe you don't have it on the land that you hunt, but go out and find it on public somewhere. I mean, these guys are on public right here, so you know these setups and these scenarios exist. So get out there and take advantage of them, and you know you can have success too in mid-October on a morning sit. Just takes a little bit of planning, and you can get it done. So great work, Ted. That is our first Tethrd Reacts video. So if you liked it, drop a comment below. And if you have any videos that you want us to react to, shoot us a message, drop them in the comments below, and we'll react to them. So catch y'all later.